For the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all. I am here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all. You are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all. You are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all. We are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all. We are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all. For the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all. I am here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all. You are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all, the greater good of all. You are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all. We are here for the greater good of all, greater good of all, the greater good of all. We are here for the greater good of all, the greater good of all. Greater good of all, greater good of all.
There was a time in my life when I had blurred vision. I wasn't finding peace anywhere, and I certainly wasn't finding truth in religion. So one day I decided that I would sit in the silence in my room, and I vowed that I would stay there till something in me moved, and I heard a voice. It was a still, small voice, and this is what it said. God is here, is here. No matter where I am, God is here. God is here. God is here. No matter where I am, God is here. Now I see God everywhere, a little more each day. I see God in the flowers and in the bills that I choose to pay. I'm feeling God in my breath, spoken with each word. Oh, I'm feeling God breathe His life into me. Let God's love be was a wise man, and this is what he said. He said that God is good all of the time, and that's stuck, oh, it's stuck in my head. So I said it as my mantra each and every day. I said it until I believed it. Now that's my life each and every day. Yes, I finally achieved it. Sing it with me now. God is here. God is here. No matter where I am, God is here.
Come to the temple, bathe in the presence of love. Let go of the warring, lay down your sword. You've had enough. For I know you're weary has taken its toll. Illusion is shattering, the veil is rent. You're old. So come to the fire and lay down the shame of the past. The blaze purifying, revealing your gold at last. For you hold the keys now, unlocking your shackles and chains. No longer a prisoner, you are now free and reclaimed. You're reclaimed. Surrender to my love. Trust that you're enough. Allow yourself to breathe and remember, 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 oh remember, remember, remember who you are. So come to the mystery and give up the stories you know. The path now collapsing, leading us all back to one. No longer divided, fractals united in peace. And it's time to play now like children of love's destiny. Destiny. Surrender to my love. Trust that you're enough. Allow yourself to breathe and remember.
Hello and welcome to the People of Diversity Sunday service. We are a multi-faith community and we believe that there are many paths to one divinity. If you would like to learn more about our multi-faith endeavors or support the pod financially, please go to www.peopleofdiversity.org. Stay tuned for more announcements after the message.
My trust in God sustains me, and in my heart I know I can cease my endless searching and step into the flow of peace and love and giving. God's grace is there for me. My quiet faith sustains me, a faith that sets me free. For what I have I'll not hold tight, I'll let it go if it feels right. For when I crave, may I not lose sight that having more brings but brief delight. I stop my struggles, just let go, and answers will appear. I trust my knowing and my heart, so I let go of fear. And in the stillness deep inside, I feel God's presence here. My quiet faith sustains me, for God is always near. For what I take I'll owe a debt, for what I share I won't regret, but what I give is better yet. For the more I give, the more I get. My trust in God sustains me, and in my heart I know I can cease my endless searching and step into the flow of peace and love and giving. God's grace is there for me. My quiet faith sustains me, a faith that sets me free. This is my song about fear. If I may, I will sing it right here. For fear is my middle name and causes a great deal of shame. This is my song about fear, an emotion I'm feeling right here. I wish that I could find relief, for this terror is causing me grief. I'm afraid that I know fear too well, and boy have I stories to tell. But I don't think that you want to hear the encounters that I've had with fear. I promise this song won't be long, in case that I got it all wrong. I'll sing softly in case it's not good, but I still did the best that I could. What if I sang really loud and sang it as if I was proud? This song that I wrote is all mine, and frankly I think it's divine. You may think that my song is trite, Or maybe that I'm not too bright, though this song may have little import. You should be glad it is short.
Hello, all you in the world of the pod, all over the planet. This is Dean Martineau from the Baha'i community of Melbourne, at least at the moment. I might be moving. Talking to you about one of the most important topics the Baha'i faith has to discuss, and that is justice. I want to make a couple points that are implicit to this that you will know if you've been listening to these programs much, watching them, but the Baha'i faith is a revealed religion, believes in an omnipotent and all-loving God, creator. We use the word God, higher power, however you want to describe it, who has been progressively sending his, and we use the word his just because you have to use some pronoun, guidance to humanity all throughout the ages. This time that we live in now is special because we've kind of passed through a demarcation from humanity's childhood. All those other religions from the past are part of humanity's childhood, and Baha'u'llah, the founder of the Baha'i faith, has brought us the faith that is going to guide us into humanity's maturity. And so he's brought a great deal of writings. One of the books that I've mentioned periodically on here, and I'm going to be focusing on this time, is one called The Hidden Words of Baha'u'llah. Baha'u'llah speaks to us with the voice of the Creator, and gives us various little 1, 2, 3 sentence bits of guidance that are very profound and very worthy of meditating on. To talk about this topic of justice, humanity has always separated what you might call the justice organizational strand of religion from the mystical strand of it, and people will emphasize one or the other in their lives. So, for example, in Islam, and Baha'u'llah was, of course, writing to all the people on the planet, but he was writing to an audience of Muslims. So he was very, very cognizant, very knowledgeable about their tradition, but what he writes applies to all of us. And in Islam, there's the mass of the Muslims that attend mosque and do all those things that we know and have generally been poorly informed about and don't always have a very high opinion of, and sometimes they've earned it lately. The other side of Islam that we see less of, unless you pay attention and are familiar, is the mystical strand. The Sufis are the most prominent mystics. There's a lot of other mystical Muslims as well who emphasize the mystical aspects of the teachings and live their lives in a mystical way. Same thing in Christianity. There's a considerable mystical tradition in Christianity that we're not really very familiar with unless we look for it. We see the strand where they talk about where the churches and the doctrines and the different things that the churches have taught about over the years. And I suspect that those many people who might be watching this program who consider yourselves spiritual but not religious, who don't affiliate with a faith, you emphasize one or the other of these. And I suspect generally it's not the aspect of law and the aspect of organization and the aspect of administration that you emphasize. It would be the aspect of, about different teachings of the Creator that you find important. Baha'u'llah, in his writings, several books that he wrote in the early days of his revelation, before he had even officially made known his revelation, but these are important books of his revelation, declared that these traditions have to unify. We have to bring these together. And so, in this book that I've mentioned periodically, The Hidden Words of Baha'u'llah, the second passage in the book is one where the Creator addresses us saying, "O Son of Spirit," and the first sentence is, "The best beloved of all things in my sight is justice." All of these passages, every one of these sentences, I'm going to talk about them, but really they're for you to think about. I can think about them, I do, you can think about them. I don't have anything more important to say than you do about it. These are the words of Baha'u'llah that we then have to apply. So he says, "Turn not away therefrom if thou desirest me." So if we want to unify, if we want to come together with the Creator, justice is an important aspect of that, not just how much we love God and how much God's love does for us, but justice. And he says then, neglect it not, that I may confide in thee. What does that mean? What does that look like? I don't know. Personally, I have some thoughts, but justice is vitally important here. And this is woven into the very fabric of the revelation of Baha'u'llah. By its aid, that being the aid of justice. Now, two things are going to happen. Thou shalt see with thine own eyes and not through the eyes of others. There's all kinds of aspects in our society that tend to be unjust. An awful lot of gossip and backbiting goes on, and we tend to take a lot of that in. Much comes from the media, and much comes from our conversations. Well, is that really an element of justice? Because are we really seeing with our own eyes and not through the eyes of others when we're engaging in gossip and backbiting, which is one of the behaviors most highly condemned by Baha'u'llah? And then he goes on to talk about how through justice thou shalt know of thine own knowledge and not through the knowledge of thy neighbor. We tend in this society to to live through different media, different social networking, different television news perspectives, and we don't really necessarily, as we're immersing ourselves in some of these, people are not necessarily gaining knowledge, learning through their own knowledge. Rather, they're learning through the knowledge of a neighbor who may or may not be very knowledgeable. So it is a requirement of justice to know of thine own knowledge and not through the knowledge of thy neighbor. And then in this hidden word, Baha'u'llah says more things about justice. First he tells us, ponder this in thy heart, how it behooveth thee to be. So we are being called to a higher calling and a different calling than we would ordinarily adhere to in our lives. And he says, verily, justice is my gift to thee. Justice is a gift of the Creator to humanity and to each of us as individuals, and the sign of my loving kindness. Justice hasn't always, we don't always think of it this way. Our society is so unjust, and the elements of justice have been very unjust, what with much false and faulty imprisonment and an entire structure that is what's supposedly a justice system that really doesn't relate to justice at all. In many ways, it relates to racism, sexism, classism, all these different things that are tied into what happens in our society that wear the garb of justice, but they really have nothing to do with justice. So justice is a gift of God and the sign of the loving kindness of the Creator, true justice. So we have to ponder, what does justice really look like? We're going to get into that a little bit in a short time, at least one aspect that will lead us there. And he finally, in the end of this hidden word, says, set it then before thine eyes. So we're going to have now a musical presentation of that hidden word. It's designed to sort of help you memorize it, so it'll give you a chance to ponder it and be involved with it, dig into it more deeply than perhaps we have in the past. And then we're going to get into one of the numerous aspects of what this means, what this justice means, and how it presents itself and how it will affect us as humanity.
O Son of Spirit, O Son of Spirit, the best beloved of all things in my sight, of all things in my sight, the best beloved is justice, justice, Turn not away therefrom, if thou desirest me, and neglect it not, that I may confide in thee. Neglect it not, that I may confide in thee. By its aid, thou shalt see with thine own eyes, and not through the eyes of others. And shall know of thine own knowledge, and not through the knowledge of thy neighbor. Ponder this in thy heart, how it behoveth thee to be. Verily, justice is my gift to thee. Verily, justice is my gift to thee. So we return now to talk about one of the many aspects and one of the many ways that this justice is going to be expressed in the life of humanity, our individual lives and the life of the planet, and that is the notion of the oneness of humanity. This is one of the most important new teachings Baha'u'llah brought, never before seen in human religious history. Of course, it is assumed, because of course it cannot contradict, these faiths cannot contradict each other. So Christ, in some of his behavior, the story of the Samaritans, for example, expressed the oneness of humanity. Muhammad expressed the oneness of humanity, but they did not teach it openly, and now it is the time in our human maturity that we are ready for it and able to use this teaching and put it into effect. And it is expressed by yet another of these hidden words of Baha'u'llah, this one being one that starts, we are addressed as, O children of men. And Baha'u'llah, the Creator, starts out through the voice of God saying, Know ye not why we created you all from the same dust? That's already a big change, a big assumption for a lot of people, because a lot of us have denied that people of different races are the same as us in terms of at the level of creation. And people have, eugenics is still alive and well. We're just more subtle about it now than we used to be. But thoughts of eugenics have played a big role in our history, and we still have not fundamentally absorbed the notion that peoples of native peoples and people of African descent are absolutely the same as us from the level of creation on up. So he says, Know ye not why we created you all from the same dust, that no one should exalt himself over the other? Well, in our life as a human race,
and for the last several hundred years, people of European descent have been exalting ourselves in big and small ways over others. Colonialism, slavery, various manifestations thereof. Ancestors of this people have been engaging in exalting ourselves over others, exalting our particular faith over others. And so there's a lot of unlearning that's going to happen on all sides for all peoples in the human race. And again, just like in the previous hidden word that Baha'u'llah told us to ponder, again, these little passages are for our meditation, and then they lead to action. So what conclusions it leads you to in meditation, that's for you. Baha'u'llah has brought the Baha'i faith, which is building slowly but inexorably a system to put these things into practice in large and small communities, gradually large ones. Ponder at all times in your hearts how ye were created. So it sounds like the notion of how we were created should be preeminent in our hearts when we're dealing with other peoples and human social issues. He goes on to say, since we have created you all from one same substance, it is incumbent on you to be even as one soul. That's a little hard to conceive of for me, but we as a human race are supposed to be as one organism with many cells. That's that point Baha'u'llah made when he addressed, as a prisoner and an exile, he addressed Queen Victoria and told her about and talked about how we have to regard the world as the human body. So we are to be, all of us individuals with all of our presently disparate views and approaches to life, to act even as one soul. And he goes on, to walk with the same feet, to eat with the same mouth, and to dwell in the same land. One of the important notions that Baha'u'llah brought is the earth is but one country and mankind its citizens. And I've been doing this for a while. I've been thinking about the Baha'i faith for a while, and still things kind of jar me sometimes. And a recent talk, or one of the talks that Abdu'l-Baha gave when he was in the U.S., talked about why is it that the French and the English are two peoples? They live like across this body of water. Who decided that they were different peoples? That was a human decision. There is no reason for it. And even that just kind of struck me, because indeed, we think of the English and the French, and things have evolved. They generally get along these days now. We're not fighting 100 years wars anymore like they used to, but they used to be really sworn enemies of each other. So there is evolution going on in accordance with these principles. So we think about these things, ponder about how we should all eat with the same mouth and dwell in the same land, that from your inmost being, by your deeds and actions, the signs of oneness and the essence of detachment may be made manifest. Detachment is another interesting subject because it means an awful lot more than we usually think of. Such is my counsel to you, O concourse of light. That's us. We are a concourse of light. Isn't that an interesting way of looking at humanity? I don't think you'll generally think of that on your own, and I don't think that the faiths in the past have addressed us in that way, because of our immaturity, because of our childish nature, or the appropriate childish level where we were. We couldn't be talked to as a collective race, and addressing us as a concourse of light wouldn't have made a whole lot of sense. But that's part of justice. We are a concourse of light who have to grow and act that way and treat others in that way. And he concludes the hidden word by saying, heed ye this counsel, that ye may attain the fruit of holiness from the tree of wondrous glory. Well, what does that all mean? sounds pretty good. Sounds a lot better than where we're living right now. So, the tree of wondrous glory, the whole world characterized by a fruit of holiness, not the sometimes holiness has a bad rap in our world, and I think it probably should not have that rap, but it's often been associated with hypocrisy and male-dominated clergy and all these sort of different things that are no real part of humanity. So these hidden words bring us to a standard of justice that is so different than what we usually think of, and to think that these are woven into the very fabric of the faith of the Creator, the faith that is to guide us now and actually will be guiding us for the next 1,000 years and, in a sense, for the next 500,000, because Baha'u'llah has come to initiate a cycle of human progress and human greatness and human flourishing that will expand in ways that we can't even imagine and understand for the next 500 centuries. So this is a lot. Well, this is what I have to say today about justice. I hope it's given you some optimism and some food for thought, and we'll end by having a musical rendition of this hidden word that you can listen to and watch and ponder. And I'll see you the next time I'm on the pod schedule.
Know ye not why we created you all from the same dust, that no one should exalt himself over the other? Ponder at all times in your heart how ye were created. Ponder at all times in your heart how ye were created. Know ye not why we created you all from the same dust, that no one should exalt himself over the other? Ponder at all times in your heart how you were created. Ponder at all times in your heart how you were created. Since we have created you all from one same substance, it is incumbent on you to be even as one soul, to walk with the same feet, eat with the same mouth, and dwell in the same land. Even as one soul, to walk with the same feet, eat with the same mouth, and dwell in the same land. Even as one soul, to walk with the same feet, eat with the same mouth, and dwell in the same land. That from your inmost being, by your deeds and actions, the signs of oneness and the essence of detachment may be made manifest, may be made manifest, may be made manifest, may be made manifest.
Thank you, Jan. You guys are amazing. Appreciate all that you do and all that you create for our special little dance here. Dean, fantastic talk as usual. Thank you for teaching and guiding and all that you do for us and all that you do behind the scenes for the pod as well. Philip Lupo, Diego, team of tech people that take our crazy and make it wonderful. Thank you for all that you do. If you have any in-person or virtual needs of audiovisual department, please see PL Theatrical. They will fix all of your needs, even your taxes and past services are available at the People of Diversity Facebook group, Facebook page, and YouTube channel. Here's the catch. After 30 days, Facebook gets nuked. So all that remains is the YouTube channel. If you're on your phone, it's great on the Facebook. You can go back and look at that video. It's easy. If you're on your phone for YouTube, go to a tablet, go to a computer. The experience will be better. Your playlist will be easier to follow, and the entire experience will be better. But those videos are also there forever and ever and ever, as long as YouTube is YouTube. So they're always going to be available. Second broadcast happens Sunday evening at 5:45 on Facebook Live, on the page, or the group. If you join, add all the bells and whistles notifications with your Facebook page, Facebook group, or the YouTube channel, you'll get notified when this stuff happens, and it'll pop up in your notifications, and then you can just dive right into whatever you might want to see on that given day. So that's all I know.
Okay. We have a weekly newsletter that comes out on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. It has all of the it has a synopsis of the last service. It has the schedule for the upcoming services. It has our live schedule services, vendor spotlights, all kinds of stuff. So if you are interested in that and would like to keep up pod, send your email address to newwaypod@gmail.com, newwaypod@gmail.com, and we'll put you on the email list to get that newsletter. It's very helpful. We also have a program called Pod Plus, and this is if you set up a regular monthly tithe to the pod, you join Pod Plus, and you will get access to some vendor discounts. Some of those are in person and some are virtual. You will get early notification about some of our paid events, things like that. So join Pod Plus. We would like to have a regular set of finances that we can plan around. So
a solid budget.
Yes, thank you. Solid budget. There you go. That makes everything much less stressful and easier on us, and we really, really appreciate that. So check out Pod Plus. See if that's not something you want to do. Okay. You're up.
Live things.
Yeah, live things.
There's a lot of them. Get your pen and paper out. The first thing what's that? What's a pen and paper? Or get your phone out because you're on your computer and go to notes. All right, tomorrow night. So let's backtrack. The first and last Monday of every month from 7 to 9 at the Unitarian Universalist Friendship Fellowship Hall in Rockledge, we do something, right? It could be a drum circle, it could be a concert, it could be a meditation, a sound bath, any number of things, right? But we do something on those nights. Those are our live community events. Come hang out with them, support them, be a part of them, enjoy them. This coming Monday night, tomorrow night, we'll be doing a drum circle. I'll lead that. It's not a cool drum circle where there's a drummer who knows what they're doing and they lead you down a pathway. So I'm envisioning Fred Goodnight, right? It's not going to be that because I'm not Fred Goodnight. It's going to be a chaos into rhythm, back to chaos, take a break, chaos into rhythm, back, take a break. It's a lot of fun. It's enjoyable. When we go from chaos into rhythm, it's a really neat experience. And then it falls apart, and that's kind of the way it's supposed to flow. So come join us for that. It's kind of an organic experience, and it's a lot of fun.
You don't need you don't need to have drumming experience. You don't need to be a great drummer. You don't even need to have a drum, quite frankly. We bring all of our drums, all of our rhythm instruments, our noisemaker stuff. So there are plenty of things to play. So come play.
All right, super important, most important thing in the universe happens on May 9th. You have to pre-register and prepay for the pod fundraiser event, Speed Healing. It's incredibly popular. Everybody loves it. It gives you 7 different modalities in 10-minute increments. And it's just a beautiful flow of energy and healing and hanging out, and it supports the pod. We ask you to prepay, pre-register, contact Becky, set it all up. And then we just have just an amazing day of just spreading love. And come and join us for that. It helps the pod. It'll help you. You'll get to know all these amazing practitioners and perhaps support them as we go out into the future.
So it's $60 for the 70 minutes, and that's 7 different practitioners that you go 10 minutes each. So, and that's $60. If you're a Pod Plus member, it's $55. And the way to contact me is at that newwaypod@gmail.com address. And you've got to pre-reg. You can't just show up on the May 9th and think you're going to get in, because we typically sell out. So if you want to join us for this, come on and let me know. We've got 3 sessions. We sold out the 2:30 p.m. session, but we have a session at 9 in the morning, at 10:30 in the morning, and at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So join us.
All right. Following that, May 18th, Kim Ballou in concert, Monday night, 7 to 9 at Cosmic Harmony.
And that's where Speed Healing is, too. We forgot to say
That's
that.
true.
Speed Healing is at Cosmic Harmony in Merritt Island.
Doubling up on the Cosmic Harmony thing.
Right.
So, Speed Healing, Cosmic Harmony, May 18th, Kim Ballou in concert, 7 to 9, Cosmic Harmony in Merritt Island, $20 suggested love offering. No one will be turned away. The Joy Band is sponsoring this event, meaning they're going to pay the rent for the night so we can all just hang out and spread love. So, if you or your business, just like the Joy Band, would like to sponsor any one of these events or events out into the future at UU or at Cosmic Harmony, we are super grateful. That helps us take a little bit of that edge off of that monthly nut that we have to take care of, back to Pod Plus and looking to find that place, right? So if you help out and pay that $50 rent, whether it be at UU or Cosmic Harmony, then we don't have to. You can contact us at newwaypod@gmail.com, same email again, and we'll give you a chance to talk a little bit at the beginning of the event if you so desire, or you can remain anonymous.
Okay, we are blessing the world's major religious movements, and there are 41 in the list that we're using. This week is Shintoism. And Shintoism is the indigenous religion of Japan. So it's polytheistic and nature-based. There are 89 million followers of Shintoism. So let's hold the Shintoists in our hearts and say these words together.
May peace prevail in Shintoism. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me.
Amen. Thank you.
I'm having trouble with my lip control today. So tithes and offerings are so very gratefully received. They can be dropped at www.peopleofdiversity.org, and on that same website, if you so desire, you can join Pod Plus and start a recurring monthly donation, for which we are also deeply grateful. We wrap up each service with a energetic healing circle. If you'll bring to your mind's eye anyone in your world who needs love, support, or healing, let's put them in a circle with the folks who are trying to run the planet in a good way and ourselves, and push out some love and light to them. Open yourself up to receive, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Have a great week.
One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love.